Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Holy Testicle Tuesday
was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Me not.
You're taking my money all over town, placing bets.
This is me. This is how I win.
That's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I disagree. I'll take that song out, huh?
You think I'm stupid, Howard? You and your whole fucking family.
Oopsie.
You know, if I did some sit-ups in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100%. Moon River. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, snap.
Don't bust an O-ring. It's Holy Testicle Tuesday. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Someday I'll watch that movie.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Well, Holy Talk Hard Tuesday. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Things are going good for you. Welcome to Talk Hard. Here we are. Sandler Summer is rolling on, baby. Sandler Summer is coming to a nice conclusion here. We're going to talk about a film that is not an Adam Sandler film. It's a film that stars Adam Sandler. Definitely a little bit different. And we're going to play my IRONCASTER for any grievances that any of you have. However, it's a lot to talk about. Interesting film to talk about, and then we'll get through it. So, IRONCASTER, my friend, let's put you front and center. You're in charge of this mess. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
I feel like if I'm getting blamed for all of the decisions here and the choice of this, then perhaps I should also get some acclaims for when I do pick out the good stuff.
We've given you some love over the years. Let's say I get carried away.
No, this is ultimately not a movie I was really expecting to have been watching. Really, this was never on my radar. I was like,
I agree. I actually had it sort of pegged into a no interest in watching. I actually heard some mixed things about it having some more humorous elements. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, I want a dramatic piece, a more serious piece, but I kind of want to enjoy it. This fits into a category of these sort of like character pieces that people will do, and I just don't enjoy rewatching them at all. It's like a one and done for me. Leaving Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage, where he's like a fall down alcoholic type story. It's the same kind of thing for me. Great performance. I get it. I understand why it was acclaimed. Rough to get through, and that's my spoiler. Yeah, spoiler alert. That's kind of my general take on this one too. It's kind of a rough film to watch and endure. And I have to break through a little bit of that barrier to get through it. So, with that, I don't know. Loki, what do you think, man? How are you doing, man? How you holding up? Thanks for being here.
I'm surprised I'm here with the last week's YouTube talk Green Heart massacre that occurred. The massacre of the Green Hearts on Stone Cold Loki's channel. Oh no, people called my wife to try and cancel people. Watching this movie, I don't feel much better. It's one of those one and dones. So am I happy I watched it? I don't know. I'll give Adam Sandler a point for doing something absolutely out of his wheelhouse that he normally does. That is interesting. He can carry a role. He can carry a role without being dumb, even though he is kind of dumb in this movie. Um, he can carry it without being Adam Sandler. How about that? How about that? He can carry it without being Adam Sandler. And okay, I'll give it a point for that. But yeah, I don't think I'll be watching this again. So
It's a movie where it's a movie that proves he can act without having to go, how is that what you are?
Yes.
hello.
It was nice to like hear him talking. I said, yeah.
Hello. Yeah, Eva Hussey. Thank you, Snortibus Cuber. Green Hearts for the win. Cancel the people that hate Green Hearts and want to cancel other people. So yeah, I hear you.
I feel called out. Like that's the only heart color I use.
No. Because this was like people trying to get people who use the Green Heart canceled. People like you. So this was like against people like you. It happened to Arwen when she first showed up. He tried to get rid of her because it was horrible and it was going to totally end badly because YouTube and Green Hearts and oh my god, people were so stupid. So
all right, well I've been canceled.
You're
by
good. You're good.
I'm out.
I'm not saying you weren't one of the people that tried to get canceled, but you're not one of the people that tried to get somebody else canceled. Just say that. There you go. It's been a weird week.
I feel like I'm in the grandma meme, where grandma doesn't understand LOL doesn't mean laugh a lot. It means like love you lots and uses it inappropriately or so. Like I just used the colored hearts when they started making us have colored hearts. Like, oh, look, there's a purple one. I'll just say purple this time, or I'll just do orange this time. Now I'm like, now there's all this sort of like backstory drama. I refuse to participate. I'm going to use whatever freaking heart I want to use. If you read into it, that's your own freaking problem. Sorry, I know what to say. So until I was instructed otherwise, that's what I'm doing. So
that's exactly where I'm at. I had no idea about any of this till the other day, so like a little over a week ago, right before I did YouTube Talk. I had no idea people were like trying to cancel people who use green hearts, and I was like, this is the dumbest shit imaginable. Let's talk about it on Wednesday.
Oh, see, I used to use rainbow hearts, and then I was told I had an agenda, so I was like, I'll just use my favorite color. Oh no.
It's green, Loki, green. I love green. You want to throw me a heart? Throw me a green heart. I love green hearts for the win. But people trying to cancel people because they use green hearts is the dumbest shit imaginable. Anyway, enough about me.
Well, SQUEEKA, what was how you doing? Thanks for being here, sweetie. I'm glad to have you. And I know Uncut Gems may not be a SQUEEKA laugh a lot kind of thing here, but we got you through it, and great to hear from you and talking about what your thoughts were.
There were okay. I confess halfway through, I paused it and I said, "Oh my gosh, how much more of this do I have?" And there were quite a few like, "Oh, have it just stop, just oh my gosh!" And the F word, I think that's the most I've ever heard the F word in my entire life, like right there. And I even say it like a sailor. It's like, man. I agree. It was nice to hear Adam Sandler say something not in his Adam Sandler voice, so to speak. But wow, that was crazy, not in a good way. Like, definitely, I watched it once. I've seen it. I know it. And now I'm probably never going to watch it again.
Well, let's get to this wonderful chat. We'll share this experience with them a little bit. We'll talk about the film. And you guys in chat, give us some of your thoughts and guidance on everything as well. Snorty, holding the door open for everybody, saying hello to all the humans and the other critters. Hail to you, you wonderful polar bear. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Lots of love out here. Just giving hugs and high-fiving in and out. Claude is here. Great to see Claude. Obviously, that's awesome. Great to see everybody popping in. Here's Beard. Beard says, oof. There was more likability in the leads of The Departed than in Uncut Gems. And if you don't know what he's referencing, watch my video with him on The Departed. We talk about the incredible stars in this movie, and yet there's not a character alike at all anywhere. So, and then Snorty doing kind of like this, what prompted us in the Green Heart conversation a minute ago. But yeah, some gems just need to be cut and polished. Yeah. You can't cut and polish all of them though. Saul Sassum's hanging out with. It's good to see you. I'm not seeing this movie. Heard good things about it. Well, we'll tell you what we think. We'll tell you what we think. So hang with us, if you will. DJ Ronnie G. That's awesome, man. Great to see you, brother. It says activate. That's right, man. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird stuff, man. I don't know, man. I just don't participate, which, LOKI cast your voice support. I know SQUEEKA would too. It's like, I just don't. Yeah. White hearts, green heart. I don't even know, man. Zax is here as well. Great to see you, Zax. Awesome. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope things are going on out there. Somebody else who doesn't give a flying flap about what color hearts we all have and stuff like that. So, and yeah, there we go.
Or should he? Or should he? Should be able to use whatever the hell hearts you want without being called a disturber of the peace, or what is it called?
I don't even know, man. I just sort of like tuned it out. But let's talk about this movie. So the movie is not what you would expect. This is two Jewish dudes. So it's going to be a hot take, and I'm sorry if I get called an anti-Semite. Screw you. Oh wait, we don't have IRONCASTER. Let's fix IRONCASTER. Hold on, buddy. We got to figure out why you're not in here. It's not letting me fix you. Wait a minute. Wait. I don't know if everybody else can hear you. Let me fix the IRONCASTER little button real quick.
EB Mux is being dumb again.
Yeah, it's got attitude, man. It's all sass. All right. So before you get to anything, so it's two Jewish guys who wants to make a movie that really highlights Jewishism, and I literally there's comments about it's the most Jewish film of all time. It's all these weird Jewish things that are referenced in the promotion, in the development, and then in the post response to its accolades. And you have Adam Sandler playing just a Jewish jeweler who is also, and more importantly, a massive gambling addict, and to the point where he's not even trusted with his friends and family with money. He can't have $1 in his pocket without figuring out how to run to a bookie and try to run a bet. He has negotiated some sort of deal to get this rare raw opal right out of Africa, and it's supposedly in his mind millions of dollars. It's going to go up for auction. And then we have a fictionalized version played by the real Kevin Garnett, who becomes sort of like, I don't know, almost like a superstition love of this opal. So you end up with this whole big drama surrounding what Howard, Adam Sandler's character, will do and how he'll navigate all this and how it impacts his life. So that's the general overview of this movie. I will tell you guys, not at all what I expected. I thought from general response to this film, it was more like he was the jeweler caught up in like a mafioso type movie. I don't know why that was my, if I reflect on 2019, I never saw it. It got all sorts of accolades, but I always felt like it was more of a crime and mafia type movie, and he was the jeweler, and that is not this movie like at all. I don't know who else to describe this film.
That was kind of the gist of what I had understood the movie to be, was that, that was where this was going. And as we quickly found out with this film, that's not at all what it was. It was literally Adam Sandler, like, trying to swindle and con everyone the entire time to strike it rich, as he's staying just barely ahead of everyone else catching up with him.
I don't think he ever has moments. It goes back to what Beard was saying earlier too. Like any likable characters, he is not even. He's. I think the one loan shark is supposed to be his brother, or is it his brother-in-law? Is that who the other loan shark is? Does anybody understand who the main loan shark guy is? It's like a relative, right? Because when they show up at Passover, he's a relative. Let me see, make sure I look this up right. Yeah, Arno. Arno is a loan shark married to Dinah's sister. So that's through marriage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there's a few comments in the movie where they're talking about like, he's trying, but he's not. He married in and converted, but he's not. He's not by blood Jewish.
Yeah. How did we do, Squeeka, on describing what actually happens in the film? I know you didn't really have much of a context to know what you're getting yourself into with this one. You probably would have tried to bow out, because I know this is not your type of film. Did we give a better description, I think?
Yeah, kinda. I don't know. Yeah,
Hey, Pops, check your DMs on here, your private chat.
the whole movie was just kind of like I wanted something to go right for him, and then when it went right, it went wrong. Like I don't know. Yeah, I'd say it was pretty accurate. It was definitely different to go from first watch of like Happy Gilmore and such to this.
All right, be right back, guys.
Well, the one thing I will say for this film is really something we've already said before, is that it shows you that Adam Sandler can have the variety in his acting skill, and I think that's like the biggest praise the movie gets. Is everyone talks about how great Adam Sandler is in it, where it's fundamentally just a different type of character than what he would typically do. And this is even compared to some of the other stuff he's done, like Punch Drunk Love, where he has tried to do some more serious roles, but this just kind of stands out in a lot of ways. And I see why critics couldn't stop falling over themselves for it, but it's ultimately not a movie for general audiences.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. It's one of those like I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting what Pops was expecting. I mean, I was expecting some kind of hijinks. It is an Adam Sandler movie, and yet none of that ever really happens. He's an addict. It's a movie about an addict. That's the easiest way to, and at times you feel bad for him, and at other times you're like, no, dude, you get what you deserve, being stupid like this and doing stupid things and play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's exactly what um is happening in this movie. And like I said, at times feel you kind of feel sorry for him, and at other times you're like, no, dude, you're being stupid. Stop
And
it.
the thing is,
I
the
agree.
guy
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was like the guy. There is no moment of calmness with him. Like everything is all about the opportunity to keep advancing himself. Even when he's like trying to, when he's having to stop and go sit with his son to help put his son to bed. Here he is on his phone. He's watching the game. He's always in that mindset of how can I keep making money? What can I do? It's never enough that he makes $1. He's gotta try to double it.
Yeah, there are multiple opportunities for him to take money that he has in his pocket, at least have a loan shark paid off, or have breathing room to not be like out where they're trying to beat him to death or possibly kill him. It is a film that's interesting to at least address a gambling addiction on this level. Obviously, we've had drug addiction and alcohol addiction movies for years. I don't know that I've seen a gambling addiction movie on this caliber. So if I had to describe the movie, that is a key element in its description, way more than the other stuff that I remember back when this movie was being promoted. So it is obscene, and again, I'll try not to be too spoilery, but at the same time, I don't tell you guys. At the end of the movie, he has this big win, an opportunity. He has a sale that comes through for him. He has a pocket of cash that would get off the instead of being who were literally in his face, ready to they've already beaten him down at one point. Nope, you're going to roll it up. I don't even think it was the full amount of money he had in his pocket. Could have just paid them part of it. Still had money. No. So the story is down to 11 on his risk tolerance, what he wants to do. I think, again, going full circle to Beard, Loki, Squeeka, is there any moments where you feel like you actually like his character, though? You're rooting for him?
Yeah, there's a few times where I feel like maybe he's kind of getting things together, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is when things are going to play out. This is when things are going to get better. And like, especially there at the end, I was like, yes, okay, this is great. These things are gonna get settled, and hopefully, he's really learned from this. And I think the kicker for me was like when he did the thing with the opal, and then he takes the ring and immediately goes to the little pawn shop and pawns it, and that was his trait. Like I I think that's when I realized the depths of his issues was with the taking the ring instantaneously and trying to pawn it. That I that was when I kind of lost any kind of hope I had for him for the biggest chunk of the movie.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Actually, you brought it up well too. He's supposed to be putting his kid to bed, but he's watching the game, and then we also have a transition that comes out of left field. Like I have to be honest, it really came out of left field that this dude is juggling a mistress who is like uber hot. Not like a little bit, like way above his. Like it's completely insane. Yeah. Ironcaster, I didn't see any of that coming, and then the fact that it's also sort of like an absurd story that what they do connect the dots eventually. That the reason he's hooked up with her is because she's actually his employee. So he's actually banging his employee. That's actually how they've connected, and he basically has this, nice apartment in New York, I for her wherever they are, all that. So yeah. Yeah, general gist of stuff, folks. General gist of stuff. Any of you out there in chat, make sure you comment if you guys have seen this movie or any thoughts that you want us to kind of talk about a little bit.
It's just ultimately a disgusting character, because here when he starts falling to his lows, when you start thinking everything's falling apart for him, he might possibly turn things around and actually become a better person out of this. His luck turns around, and immediately he starts going back to, oh baby, no, go here, take the money, go make the bet. We're gonna go, get together. After he kicked her out of the apartment, he's gonna go back to just being an absolute scumbag.
Yeah, it's like I said, I try to. The movie that kept coming to mind was Leaving Las Vegas, where it's like Nick Cage is this fall down drunk, and he's banging the prostitute, and I don't know. It's so much a movie about self-destruction and addiction. And if you've been told that's not what this movie is, that's to me the best way to explain it. I don't. There are a lot of very interesting elements in the movie. It's very well made. Is that pretty fair, Loki?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's very well made. I heard somewhere that, because I went back and did some homework after I watched this, because I was like, this is totally not what I was expecting. They had tried to get him the script for this movie, and his agent was like, yeah, I'm not even giving this to him. I don't think so. When Scorsese signed on, that changed, and he read it and he said, yes, I'll do it. This was going to go to, who's that fat guy that's in all the 2020 movies? Jonah Hill. Thank you, Ironcaster. Jonah Hill. It's going to go to Jonah Hill, but there were scheduling conflicts. I'm glad it didn't, because I would have never even watched it if Ironcaster would been like, I've got a Jonah Hill movie called Uncut Gems. I would have been like, I'm out that week.
Let me stop you right there, Loki. There will never be a Jonah Hill, the fall of Jonah Hill. I mean, then again, I kind of do want to see him fall off and stop showing up in things, but I don't want an entire movie month for him.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to defend a Jonah Hill role, by the way. I just read it, so you'll see my video come out in the next few days, the long form and then the clip. I watched Moneyball. I don't know if you guys have seen Moneyball. He's fantastic in Moneyball, and he doesn't carry the movie, the Brad Pitt movie, but
Moneyball.
He's good in that. It's the one about the Oakland A's winning streak and how they manage baseball and the teams, and they use basically math instead of the traditional baseball methods. It's a really, really underrated movie.
I don't think I ever saw Moneyball.
Yeah. Zach's 33 months. I was floored by Sandler's performance in this. That is probably the big take home here. Ironcaster said it early. We can see he can act. And unlike So Jim Carrey has done some things that were serious and done pretty well. He taps into sort of like his own personal demons and his own mental illnesses that he's been very transparent about. He struggles with depression and self-esteem issues. I mean, very out there. We don't even see that side of Sandler. We don't ever hear. If you listen to Sandler, he just seems like this happy, lucky dude that just wants to make movies and play basketball, hang out with his family. He's been married to the same woman now for I don't know, like almost about 20 years or more. So completely different. And I have to admit, that was the only reason I was interested in seeing this movie was I wanted to give the dramatic piece of Sandler's resume a fair watch. And Squeaky, you said early on, like that is kind of like the interesting thing about the movie is to see Sandler playing something that's, serious.
It wasn't just so serious. It was also like how angry. Like there was almost none of the Happy Gilmore, none of the Billy Madison. Like he was so angry for a lot of it, and so just like not silly distracted. Just there was just so much difference in this character as the ones that I'd seen in the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want any Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, even grown-ups or Pixels, where he's sort of like the more serious of the group and he's surrounded by more buffoonery, that is still not this movie. This is still a very hardcore, dramatic piece. Ironcaster, were you surprised though at how? All right, I don't know what's the appropriate word in religion. I say it's innocent. He don't give a rat's behind about anything. He don't care about who he's stepping on, what he's doing, hurting feelings, cheating, lying, stealing. I was kind of surprised by that. And again, this is why the agent didn't want him to ever read the script, because they were like, no, he's not doing it. It would be bad for the brand. Doing it under the Scorsese production label gets it into the Oscar thing. Now it's a completely different thing. He can always say, yeah, I did this piece because Scorsese, you know what I mean? The credibility's there.
From that perspective, there is a good change of pace to it, because under his own brand, he there's like a certain expectation for what he should be doing. But this isn't a Happy Madison production. This was under A24. That changed the game a little bit. This is a chance for him to play outside of his normal wheelhouse, to play this character who's got the hustler mentality. He's always looking to what can I do next? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do to keep bringing the money in? And it shows you just why, in a way, people do enjoy him even at his worst, because he's ultimately, for as scummy as he is, he's kind of entertaining to watch just be this no good character.
Yeah, that is very true. Like I said, I don't think I was ever rooting for him, but I will say, Loki, he got me to empathize with his character. I felt for his character. Is there a line there that I think I'm trying to describe that you can help me describe? Like,
there is.
I wasn't really rooting for him because I don't really care, man. But I also felt for him in some way.
Look, gambling addiction is just like any other addiction. It lights up that center of your brain. I have seen people take out their entire life savings and burn it at a casino. I worked at a casino. There was a gentleman that took millions of dollars of other people's money and blew it at WinStar World Casino. He ended up dead. He ended up being shot, sitting in his pickup truck on a piece of land that wasn't his, that he was supposed to be building a house on, that there was just nothing there on. I dealt with addiction when I was still doing drug counseling, which I have been getting back into. It is an addiction. It lights up the exact same centers in your brain that go nuts when you hit a jackpot or a Powerball or whatever. It's the exact same thing. So the fact that he is going through this, I feel for him. I want to just reach through the screen and be like, you're an absolute freaking moron, and slap him around a little bit. I know, right? For someone that talks to people all the time, that is probably disturbing. But I just want to grab him and shake the shit out of him and be like, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? I want him to stop. I want him to get his shit straight. I want to see a decent end of the movie. I want to see him run off with his girlfriend that he's cheating on his wife with. Believe it or not, I actually want to see that, which, I mean, spend 5 minutes figuring out why I'm saying that. I'm sure he wasn't a perfect husband, but she didn't seem like that perfect of a wife either. So I want to see him get out of this and just go, and that's not going to happen. Obviously, it's not going to happen. He can't let it happen.
For me, the thing I was tracing where I wanted to see in the end was I just wanted to see where the gem was going to wind up. That was about the one thing I could really hold on to out of this entire thing was like, who's going to wind up with the gem? Is he going to wind up getting this thing auctioned off? Is Kevin Durant going to get this thing in the end? Like, what's going to happen with this? Is he going to get killed over this freaking gem?
He did the math wrong. So I mean, yeah, one carat of this might be worth all this money, but there's papers from where it came from, and people aren't going to pay full price when they can't, verify everything and have papers for everything and be able to one day sell it for 20 times what they bought it for. It's just like in comic book collecting, and Pops talks about that. You talked about that. I've talked about that. Would you pay that much money for an unverified Superman number 19? Or would you wait and make sure it's certified and it's bricked and you got all your bases covered? That's what I would do before I'd pay that kind of money. They're not going to do that. So he bet again every time, almost every time, to the very end of the movie. And isn't it funny how that works out? Luck of the Irish, and then the luck of getting your face blown up.
And the thing is, we see it thrown in his face all the time. Where the guy who was trying to just like watches out of his shop is like, "Where's the papers? I don't got my papers." They were already kind of planting that there. You're right.
They plant that. As soon as I heard that, I was like, he ain't gonna get what he thinks he's gonna get for that thing. He's not, because they can't prove where it came from. He had this whole idea, I'm gonna get all this money because, I mean, if you break down, there's 600 carats and there's gonna be so many, however much money a carat, but that's not what you get for it, dude. It's like finding, like I was saying with comics, it's like finding a shipping box that has been sealed forever, and oh my god, there's Superman #1 in there, but you can't verify that that's not that's real and that's not a fake, or it's got to go through so much scrutiny before you can get there, and he can't have them do that because it was illegal for him to do what he did. He did that illegally. So he can't verify where he got it from.
He smuggled it in a fish.
What
the
really
big
got
premise
me,
of the
sorry,
no, go ahead, SQUEEKA.
was
No, go
just you were talking about addiction, and like at the end where like he is so involved in his addiction, and it's like it is him. Like he says, I'm this kind of person. I am just like you, and it's all about the game. It's all about it, and it's just the look in his eyes and the way he talks. Then it's frightening, and it's you realize then that there's nothing redeemable here, and you hope there is, and you hope that this is going to be the payout, but it was really hard to have that after just that whole monologue of as he's casting the bet and talking to the basketball player. And
well, the idea with that is the same. I mean, as a former, I would say former addict. Some people are like, no, I'm an addict. I'm an addict for life. That's why I have to go to NA, AA, whatever, to stay away from it. I was able to stop in my late 20s and never go back. And it's that I will do it tomorrow. That is what I will get out of this tomorrow. If I can just get through today, I'll be fine tomorrow. And then something happens tomorrow and you're not okay and you end up doing it anyway. It's that I've got to, if I have $1 in my pocket, I'm going to find a way to put that as a $5,000 bet on something. That's what he's going to do. And that's what he's going to keep doing. And he can't stop himself.
I mean, you heard the way he talked about it.
His level of greed is just sort of unchecked, because he's not even trying to gamble like a portion of what he's doing along the way to kind of keep things at bay, like I said earlier. And on that note, let me just give some love. So this is really Kevin Garnett playing sort of like a fictional version of his life, but Kevin Garnett's actually very good in this. I mean, he was actually pulling off the scenes pretty well, and he had a couple of emotional yelling scenes I thought were fine. So for an athlete that, as far as I know, really hasn't been in any other films, I don't really remember him being in anything. I don't really think of him as even being part of like the entertainment circles of things. So, got to give a little love for OKG. So, I just want to throw that in the mix.
Do you remember Blue Chips? Do you
Shaq,
remember the movie
and,
with
Penny
Shaq?
Hardaway?
Okay, so apparently Nick Nolte told Shaq, because Shaq was very stiff and not relaxed, and he was like, I saw him and I just had to talk to him. And in this interview, he said, I just told him, be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. You're a basketball player. You're playing a basketball player. Just be yourself. You don't have to act like anybody else. You don't have to be anybody else. You don't have to put on a disguise and people. Just play you. At some point in your life, be you. And Shaq said that was the best advice he got. And in this movie, he literally plays himself. I mean, he's playing him. It might be a little exaggerated. You might turn it up a notch, but he's probably being very authentic to who he is. And that's easy. Just be you, or turn it up a notch and be a little louder, but still be you.
The other character I didn't really care for. I don't know about you guys, but the employee that's sort of like his go-to to get to these rich athletes doing all that. The character was so inconsistent for me. He's allegedly on Howard's side trying to be the employee and help in the partnership or whatever, and the Opal things out there, whatever. I don't know. I always felt like maybe Howard screwed this guy over as well so many times, or let him on so many times that he's also snapping in the movie, but snapping never really comes to a head either. I just wanted your guys' take on that character as well.
Well, I mean, it ultimately it's kind of showing you that there is this fundamental racial breakdown at play, where it's blacks and Jews kind of to some degree kind of working off one another, trying to take advantage of each other, but they're willing to kind of see some little middle ground in between there, where they're going to try to, where they both kind of know, like, hey, he's going to probably screw me over. I'm going to screw him over first. That's kind of what it seemed to come down to for me, anyway.
And that's perfect for Sandler, because he can tap into that. He grew up around all of that. Just listen to half the shit he's come out with, where he's, the Hanukkah and all that shit. He's deep into the religion anyway, so he knows.
Yeah, all of that I thought actually very solid. Stuff with the family, Judd Hirsch being there. I mean, I think all of that actually does work. I think just the general scope of having to sit through a movie with a character that never changed. There's no redemption arc, guys. There's no changing of his ways. It's like, so you're watching a story. I think this is what SQUEEKA you were trying to get at, is why it just felt like this. Is you're just watching a story of someone descending into tragedy, and you're just kind of spiraling down with them. I don't know about you, but you feel like your life's almost like being sucked away too, in some ways.
It did. Well, and I feel like the movie has moments too where it tries to elicit some of that pity, where it's not, oh, it's not his fault. Like they're talking at the house. I think it's during Passover or after, and they're talking about like how rich people are and how much money they have or they're going to make. So it kind of gives you this small, oh well, maybe there's hope for him because he's not this way, intentionally. Maybe he's been pushed this way by his wife or his family, or but then you see him go and do it again and you lose that hope. And it's just it's such a emotional roller coaster of trying to figure out if you care about this guy and if he's redeemable. And then there's the supporting actors. Like for one moment, the girlfriend's introduced, and you're kind of like, "Oh, we don't really like her," and then she's redeemed, and it's just, I just feel like there was so much in this movie that you wanted to hope for the best, and it didn't give that to you.
And he's a character who you see him like get stripped and humiliated completely, underwear taken, thrown in the back of a car in the trunk. We see him get the.
For some of us, that's just weekend though.
He's a guy who's put down to his absolute lowest, and he will not change. If he would have gotten everything he wanted out of this, he would have looked to have just turned around and kept going for it. He's going to keep gambling, keep going bigger, more, keep going.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. It'll just keep doing it, and it's not gonna stop, and it's gonna continue. And just because he won, $1 million doesn't mean he's not gonna go right out and blow it on gambling anyway. And you'll see that.
I felt at the end of the movie, 100%. I'm so devastated because no redemption. There's no saving grace, right? It's just this tragic ending. But if she brings him the $1 million, he's not paying those loan sharks and stuff. I mean, I guess you kind of have to pay for the ones that are trapped in the room. But I mean, I don't know, man. And the movie had me all over the place. And I'm going to blame IRONCASTER for this shot because this is where I thought we're going to get like Sandler and some stuff, dude. A diamond covered freaking Furby or whatever nonsense this thing was. Like, I was like, what is going on? And so I thought for a brief moment, Loki, I thought for a moment we'd have some shenanigans. No, it was all just a lie. It's all just a lie.
Furbies. It was all just Furbies.
I will
say, you remember the Furbies, right?
I remember the Furbies. The thing is, this is a movie that it's hard to say I enjoyed the movie because of just kind of how dark it gets, but I feel like it is something where I've kind of seen, sort of a darker side of humanity out of this that has kind of stuck with me, where it's given me something to think about. So there is something in the movie I could, at the very least, appreciate for having been exposed. There's a rawness. There's a brutal honesty to life that is put on display here that you wouldn't, we typically try to shy away from. That I can see the appeal in having this in the film, that having that be the central point of this.
The intro was very raw, very, very raw. I don't understand why we had to have that intro. Just
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is what the filmmaker's trying to do, right? The filmmaker's trying to get in your psyche a little bit, disturb you a little bit, make you uncomfortable, make you touch people with problems. Obviously, it's a little different than some of the others. I mean, if you watch, we've gone through a long history in cinema where people have done great films in this arena. Obviously, Train Spotting would be one that had come to mind as well. I was thinking about that one. I was also thinking about one. It's a great film. It's kind of hard to watch though. Different type of addiction, but it's like chasing the thrill or the rush and whatever. It's called Nightcrawler, and it's basically like the dude that's trying to get the footage of the bloody crime scene and sell it to the news agency, but then he gets kind of caught up where like, what if I can help orchestrate some of the stuff? And so it's this just really disturbing, awkward sort of theme and message of a film. That is Uncut Gems surprised me by being in that place a lot more than I ever expected to be, for sure.
Have any of you ever talked to a loan shark before?
No.
I have. It was not a fun experience, actually, in hindsight.
But it's
like, wow.
That the way they look at it is you don't get everything out of a guy. You bleed him slowly over the course of however many years they're useful, and as soon as they become either too much of annoyance or no longer useful, like you can't get anything out of them, then you delete the problem. So they're going to do this. They've done this for a long time. This is obviously like him owing them money, him going back and forth. He became too much of a pain in this, and he just took care of the problem. And that's what he did. And you almost can't feel bad for Adam Sandler because he wanted all this. He got into all this. He continually revolved this shit around in his life until it caught up with him and it went too far.
I felt kind of relieved though, a little bit, just because his family doesn't have to keep attaching themselves to that. Like the uncertainty he only had to go through, and the girlfriend. Like I feel like while harsh, there's a lot of residual effects from his addiction that the other people don't have to deal with. I mean, like, he had his girlfriend running around doing the bets for him, and you saw what danger she was in, and you know the stuff that he put his wife through, no matter how horrible she was too. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's kind of a relief to them that he doesn't get to keep going, because how big would this hole get eventually?
All right, so big spoiler warning. Let's get to the end. So let's first say hey to Wade. Hey, brother. All right, big spoiler warning. If you don't want to have anything spoiled, then come back if you want. I don't know. Go watch the movie if you want. I just want to talk about the ending because it kind of slides into what SQUEEKA is saying here perfectly. And I hated the ending. I hate the ending. So it just ends very abruptly. He's won the money. He's won like $1.2 million. She actually befriends, I don't know who this. He's a real life rich fashion guy or something, playing a version of himself who goes and gets the money for her. So she actually has some money in hand because they're trying to get to her too. So there is $1.2 million in this bag. He's finally hit it so big. The thrill's there. And then he lets the little rocks out thinking that, hey, I could pay you guys off for now. The one guy walks over and just shoots him in the face. I hate this because, number one, I know Loki, we were talking about it, right? He would just pissed away the $1.2 million, right? He would I would doubt he was probably on the phone with her back into the casino and place another bet on some other nonsense. I also feel, I guess I kind of disagree with what you're saying. I feel for this family, they want to get the $1 million. It's in cash in some bag that the mistress has. So there's no way I believe that the kid is going to get any of this money. And there's no redemption. There's no end. He just ended just being just awful person. He was just an awful person who's dealing with his addiction. And I guess I'm supposed to empathize with him, but I think I'm with Loki that because I know he's treated everyone so badly for so long. Obviously, we're talking about, it's the in-law person. It's this. And what's the two guys running after him all the time about the fake Rolexes? It was like this constant callback about fake Rolex. He's dishing out fake Rolexes all the time. And it's like something that's happening, but that we don't really ever talk about, but it's constantly happening. He's screwing people left and right all the time. He is like the smarmy, skeezy. And I want to call back to what I said at the beginning of the show, where all these two Jewish directors, Jewish actor, all this Jewish culture, all the Passover stuff. How does this portray anything positive about our Jewish brothers and sisters that I felt coming away like, how is any of this? I felt like asking them, or I wanted to do our show before I looked up any videos where they would explain to me how any of this is about Jewish culture. It's such a small smidgen portion of the conversation in the film. There's so many people who have into this movie of the allegories about God and obeying God, and what on earth are we talking about here? I hated the movie, how it ended like that. I couldn't plug all these pieces together to come up with something positive in that way. That's why I said this is a one and done for me. I can get it as a critic. I see why people like it from obviously it was very well made, well acted, but what a horrible experience watching this movie. I came out of this movie. I guess I agree with you, Ironcaster. Get it out of my head because it was such a shocking ending. But I had like inner Loki going on in my head. Like, what in the name of F? I want to knock stuff off the desk kind of. I just like, what? Wait, there's no, yeah, but, well, that's how I felt for like 10 minutes. Like, what?
There's times I was like, just stop, shut up, just stop.
The ending hits you like a bullet to the face.
Only if somebody zooms in on that bullet and takes a shot of it, like a really close up of the bullet.
At least it didn't get him in the eye, Godfather style.
Well, they were trying to go for the metaphor, right? Because they zoom in on the hole, so they have the sparkles. I'm like, what? I just don't care. I was just angry.
That's how we ended.
I wish they got him in the eye. Would have been better metaphor at least.
But the thing is, knowing that even if this had gone well, nothing was going to wind up better for him. Like his kids were starting to figure out what was going on with him and this mistress. Like whatever home life that might have been was never going to be good after this day.
Yeah, and you could almost see that becoming like an Adam Sandler comedy too. Is Frank was just a normal gemologist, tell and he goes into work one day and gets stuck with a whole bunch of diamonds that are blood diamonds or blood opals or whatever the hell you want to call it, and goes on some zany quest to get rid of them or some stupid shit. And that is not what this.
There's not even a single scene of him going on a binger or a coke scene with the girlfriend or anything like that. It's actually kind of benign and generic. I actually felt like I didn't even believe it. He's not like that at all. He doesn't appear to be addicted to alcohol or drugs or anything. He's got a girlfriend. The wife's in this divorce. It's all about money and the game and gambling. And that's it. He is just unhinged. And the fact that it's supposed to have more depth than that, I just can't get my head around why.
So, let me ask you then: would you have rather watched this or one of just the bad Adam Sandler movies? Would you have rather watch Jack and Jill for today?
No, absolutely not. So, by the way, I looked at the Sandler resume, trying of how this ranks or some of the other good movies that are out there, and there are a couple that were at least well thought of in the Happy Gilmore and this is a very solid movie. I mean, I don't want, we're a little ahead of schedule to do scores, but I get it. I think it was Little Nicky and I think it was Jack and Jill that are really, really low, and I'm like, there's actually one that's even worse, Ironcaster. Go back to the very, very beginning of his resume. He's like pre Billy Madison. Some girl he knew wrote it with and directed it. It's something Overboard or something. It's got like a 1.9 on over. I mean, it's that's so insanely low. I usually on IMDb, the world will even itself out at around 3 and 4 for a bad movie. It's like you get enough people who will just click it. They call it the C, right? It's a shape of a C. If you look at all the scores, people give so many 10s and so many 1s. It looks like the letter C. For something to be at a 1.9, anyway, I had never heard of it. I'm not watching it. Don't get any ideas, Ironcaster. Looking at her not doing that, and I will shield Squeak. I'll jump in front of her like a bullet from no.
Did you not like Little Nicky?
I like Little Nicky.
Pops, do you hate Little Nicky?
I haven't seen that one.
That's the other one with Chubbs in it from Happy Gilmore.
I don't like Little Nicky. I don't really like Billy. I talked about last time. I don't really like Billy Madison. I like the scenes and some of the jokes, and I get it. I'm not watching Little Nicky again. I get it. There's a couple moments. I get it, right? But it's like it's a Billy Madison thing. Watch Billy Madison. I just don't.
Okay,
I will admit Billy Madison grew on me a little bit after watching it. Go ahead.
Okay, SQUEEKA. I want to run a little test by you. I want to see if the premise of Jack and Jill would make you want to watch it, SQUEEKA.
Say no.
No, I say no.
Okay. Well, we're gonna proceed.
I will not greenheart that. I will not greenheart that. No.
So, Adam Sandler is playing twins, in which his twin is himself in a. And the premise of the movie is Adam Sandler is trying to get Al Pacino to do a Dunkin' Donuts commercial because Al, as it turns out, Al Pacino falls in love with his with his sister, who is Adam Sandler in a wig and dress.
No.
So he is effectively having to try and whore his sister out to get Al Pacino to do a donut commercial.
No, I'm good where I'm at. I watch Little Nicky just for Chubbs because I like Chubbs, but I mean I'm good with my Sandler repertoire.
It's in the hips.
But
this was a good movie to see a different side of him, but I'm okay. I don't think I need much more on the convenience.
Oh, there's another side of it we can show you.
I'm okay.
No. That's as bad as Chuck and Larry.
I've seen the inside of his backside. I think I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, we saw way too much Adam Sandler in the trunk of that car, and I thought it was going to be worse. I actually thought they were going to pull him out or something. It was going to get even worse for me.
His colon.
Look,
Y'all
I would score
obviously
this movie
didn't
very
watch Chuck
high.
and Larry.
I hated Chuck and Larry. I'm not watching that crap either. I'm not watching it. There's a whole lot of Sandler. I think I covered it last time. The wife and I will watch Grown Ups 1 and 2. And we'll watch Pixels. I don't know why we like Pixels. I think it's just the video game. It's nostalgia. She likes 50 First Dates. That's fine. Wedding Singer, I think, is even higher on the list. But the Sandler resume, like Kevin James and many of the others, when they miss bad. And it's unwatchable. And I'm not sitting through these things again. There's to watch, just be honest. So, yeah. So, anyways, I would rank this movie high as a critic. Well crafted, well executed, well acted. And it fits into that category that I've made up. I don't know, look, anybody else has it. It's a 1. I've seen it. I'll never sit through it again. You have got to be warned to kind of watch a movie like this. I was not properly warned. It's like Philadelphia, the famous Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks, AIDS movie. It's like, oh yeah, well crafted, great movie. And also like depressing as all get out. Your life's just like your day is shot. Yeah, I don't ever watch it again. Like, oh, yuck. It's in that same category. Yeah, no, I'm kind of sad that I chose this one, picked it out of the group of 2, 3, or 4 that we could have picked. Because I was hoping that maybe one. I somehow I don't know who told me or where I picked up that I thought there was some lighthearted jokes, but no, there was not enough lighthearted jokes at all.
I disagree, Gary.
Where's the disagree? What joke did you like in this movie?
No, that was like
that was the joke.
Yeah, I know. But is there any other jokes? Any jokes in this movie? Actually, watching the basketball games was actually kind of more fun than some of the other stuff. So, so I was like, oh yeah, cool, you're gonna win the parlay.
I need to learn more about basketball. That's all I
don't bother. That's good.
There's no real heart in this movie either. There's no heart at all to this movie. Not that I saw. Anyway, everybody's out to screw.
Part at the end.
What?
I feel like there's some heart with the girlfriend. Like I feel like she's solid. Like I feel like she really tries. Like she really cares.
Yeah, but the problem is, Squeeka, it's also coming at the same time as where he's talking about possibly trying to get back with his ex-wife. So it's like he's kind of doing this kind of sort of would he with his wife, and meanwhile he's kind of going back to the girlfriend at the same time. So even that, I feel like it doesn't deserve it for that.
Well, I'm not saying he like I'm saying she puts forth effort. Like from the beginning, like she's like, "Oh, come here, you want to cuddle," and and I feel like if anybody in this movie, she's the one that's really kind of honest. Like even when she was with the singer guy, the weekend person, she's like, "Nope, no touching. I'm taken." And that was her opportunity, Even when she's taking stuff herself. Like I feel like she is the only person that's kind of a solid.
I thought so, but there's a line she has about how this goes or how this works, implying that she's a little bit of a working girl, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I felt like that's what they were trying to say. Like he wasn't allowed to be touchy today, but hey, Howard, you kind of know how this goes or how this works.
No. That's a girl thing. So no, that I think that's 100% a girl thing. Like he's calling her a hoe basically, and she's like, "Fine, that's how you met me. You've got a wife, and I'm with you, so obviously you know how this works." That was 100% like a angry girl kickback. Like, "Oh, you want to call me one? I am one. Like, let's just go with it. You know who I am. You know what I mean?" I don't think there was truth behind that. There was that. I mean, I'm a girl. There probably are girls that haven't said that, but I know that I've been like, "Oh, you want to call me something? That's fine. That's what I am now." There's not truth in it. That was just an angry girl kickback. You don't say stuff like that and then go get a tattoo. I'll tell you that right now.
SQUEEKA just femsplained for all of us dudes. She just
sorry, I didn't mean it to come across like that. I was like, I mean 100%. And I'm like, yeah, that's all that was. It was 100%. You want to call me one? That's okay. I am. Like that's what it is.
I just can't get past any of this, especially as a dad. A dude that's he's just chasing the soul, whatever, at the expense of his family. So that's fine. If you're going to divorce your wife, whatever, fine. one of the two sons is always like totally enamored with him and everything like that. And it just doesn't matter. He just craps all over their life endlessly.
Yep.
The mouse splaining is brilliant, by the way. Thank you.
Mouse
Thank you,
splaining.
Sorty. Perfect. We need more mouse splaining on this show and our shows.
Oh no. I've lived a crazy
But I would
life.
rank this movie I would definitely say it's at least a 4 out of 5. I would lean high as a critic, saying this is that type of movie. I'll also tell you that if you didn't watch it, I would understand, and I can't imagine ever watching it again. It's a dark, dreary place this movie puts you in, and yet it still also has that effect, like Ironcaster was saying, where it kind of gets in your psyche a little bit. But that's what these movies do. Like watch Trainspotting and watch Leaving Las Vegas. They kind of mess with you a little bit, and that's good for what it's trying to do. But doesn't make it always. It's not fun. It's not necessarily entertaining in a lot of ways either. What do you guys think?
It's a tough one to rank, to give a score to, because it's not something you're gonna enjoy, but there is a value in seeing a movie like this. Like I already mentioned, if Gundam, I had to give the score. I'm gonna say a 2 out of 5. I think it is worth watching for at least once for sort of that, or some other film kind of in this category, because not everything is going to wind up all right in the end, and it's important to be reminded of that, to be reminded of the darkness and the depravity that humans are capable of. We like to think that that people are basically good, but the harsh truth of that is that's not necessarily true. That you're going to have people who should seemingly have it all, but then they'll throw it all away just because it wasn't good enough.
I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. It got one more point because Adam Sandler performance was, spot on, dude. This takes nothing away from Adam Sandler's performance. This is a completely believable movie. I turned this movie on though, and this is on me. I'm expecting, like Pop said, some kind of crime drama. I love crime movies, Heat. There's all these great movies, you can draw from. Mafia movies, crime movies, bank robber movies, thieves, whatever. This is not anything like that. This is just a greedy guy that is completely addicted to gambling. It's everything has got to go. Like I said, if I had $1 in my pocket, I'd be finding someone to turn that into $5,000 so I could gamble $5,000 away and possibly make $100,000. That's what he's going to do, and that's what he's going to keep doing. There's going to be no getting out. There's no thinking about it twice. Adam Sandler does great. I get where they were trying to go, but when you take that criminal element out of it, like that mobster idea or whatever it is, there's half the movie gone right there. And it's just, okay, well, we're going to take this one guy and his one addiction, and we're going to spread it out for the whole movie, and he's going to die at the end, whether you like it or not. And honestly, by that point, I was like, get what you pay for, dude. And he kept at this, and he kept doing all this, and I didn't feel bad for him. I may change my opinion of the girlfriend. If I ever watch this again, I might change my opinion of the girlfriend, but I didn't think she was that great either. I got the opinion that even at the end, when she's like trying to get in the car and he's like, messing with her, that you think, well, maybe she's going to run off with him, and it's maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I'll give it a 6 because of Adam Sandler performance. And they had kind of a story, but it was a very long, drawn out gasp for air is what it felt like, which is probably how he dies in the movie. Gasping for that last breath that bullet went in his face. So
I'll say hello to Christian Fan Geek from across the pond. Hey, brother. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you, my friend.
I agree with
Squeeka, how do
Bobby.
you?
Like I
Yeah.
give it a 6. And I mean I agree with a lot of it. I think too though it does a good job of showcasing what happens to the other people when you're in this kind of addiction. It has, the people that are just of it and give up on you and all of the stuff that you're going through, like the wife does. Like she's just done, and the ramifications with the kids, and the one person who sticks by you but kind of does it, we don't know what for purpose, but maybe she does really love him. Like the girlfriend keeps coming back, she shows up at work the next day. Like I I feel like it does a good job of adding to the story. Like all of the people, like the guy that's with the basketball, what's his name? D Demay or whatever his name was. The guy with the watches. Like and then the connections he has and the way he treats people because of his addiction, and then like what it does, and like even just talking to the auction lady. Like I feel like it does a really good job of showing you how deep that addiction can go and how dark it gets. But as a movie itself, it was good to see Adam Sandler do something different and not have the Billy Madison voice or the Happy Gilmore voice. But I mean, I there was a lot of what is going on moments. And does it get better? Nope, doesn't get better. Like even with the part where the doctor calls and tells him his results. At that point in the movie, I was totally expecting bad news. I was totally like, all right, I'm ready for it. Is he going to die in 24 hours? What's going to happen? I mean, he did, but like I was expecting bad news from the doctor too. Like,
Well, I mean, it really went to show you that like there cannot be there cannot be a single second of just like focusing on one thing. No, there's like 5 things going on with him. There's the plans within plans. It's very Harkonian, to pull Dune reference.
I feel like too he couldn't cling to anything that was good news. Like it was like he was so busy with the hustle that there was not one shred of, you know, something good going on. And even his coworkers, like he's constantly running things and doing a million things, and his poor coworkers are just getting yelled at. And that one little jeweler dude in the back room, like I felt sorry for him. Although he did have a really cute toolbox. And that's not a euphemism for anything.
Oh my.
Wow,
sorry.
that's awesome. I got to tell my wife
Okay.
she's a cute, cool toolbox because she bought this pink one from Lowe's, and I'll just say that is a euphemism.
But all right, there. Okay, I'm gonna end on that note. I'm gonna end on the toolbox.
So, I wanted to look it up. So this whole Jewish thing. I want to get back to this. The film is supposed to kind of be set in the Diamond District and explore the Jewish world of that area, and then the complex individuals, and don't shy away from using old stereotypes, presenting them in a way that argue their authenticity and nuanced. I don't have a sense of the Diamond District. Do you feel like you understand anything of the area? I don't feel like it's showcased. This is not a Scorsese or a Tarantino movie that makes you feel like you have any appreciation of Howard's world whatsoever. Am I wrong at all, guys?
His world, as far as his like little jewelry store that he operates out of, besides that, no. There's no other like, oh well, we're in the Diamond District or none of that. Just his little corner, little slice of what he owns.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there with you. Like it didn't feel like it was in New York inherently. It was just kind of like, where are we? Are we in Brooklyn? Are we like where are we at? It's just kind of we're in location now. We're somewhere else. I feel like for as much of a character as the city of New York can be, with all its little districts, all its little boroughs, all its little flavors that exist, it was kind of hard to get a sense of where exactly we were at.
I mean, they reference New York, and then I laughed at the part where they complained about it being a 2-hour drive to Philly or something. I'm like, 2 hours? Oh, honey, don't ever visit Texas. But I mean, they reference it every now and then, but no, it didn't feel like New York to me.
It definitely didn't feel special about New York or anything like that we normally get. So. Hey to Jacob Ironside has popped in and joined us. Great to see him. He has a great show coming up later on tonight as well. Angry Canadian, hope you're doing good, brother. Great to always see you, man. Keep in touch. Let me know what's going on. Yeah, unlike the normal showcase tout New Yorkisms, I don't know. It must be more of if you know it, you see it. For us normies, I know for this normie, I didn't see nothing. I didn't get nothing out of that. Definitely didn't come into my factor of how I appreciate the movie. I just need characters I need to root for. And Beard said it at the opening of the show. This is worse than The Departed. You can make some moral cases in The Departed, at least before they betrayed their own moralities. And this one is just a complete mess. I guess SQUEEKA's arguing about the girlfriend in some ways. I kind of want to get there with you, but I also feel like she also could be just selfishly motivated because she's going to lose the apartment and blah, blah. I don't know. It's fine. Like I said, one and done.
Well, I agree. She probably does have those undercurrents of selfishness, but yeah, I feel like of the people he's surrounded by, she's the most helpful.
You know who I guess I would say is I think you mentioned the workers at the jewelry store or whatever. There's the one guy doesn't really have any lines, but he's always working. And there's like these constant shots of his face where he's like watching stuff going on, going crazy around him. But he never does any, never involves him. Like that poor guy. He's caught up in the wrong movie. He's just like, he's just here. He's in all these scenes. There's a Kevin Garnett, like a handler person, like an extra brother that's just kind of part of the posse. No lines, just there, just hanging out, just part of the chaos and the madness. Casualties of the Uncut Gem world. It's a movie, something. I don't know. Any final thoughts, guys, before we go on? Plug in some stuff that Loki's doing.
It's a movie I never expected to watch. It was, but I can't say I hate having seen it.
I watched it once. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again.
Of all the movies I've seen, this
probably
is
not. Yeah.
Yeah,
and Netflix doesn't even have it. Netflix doesn't have it.
Yeah, they took it down. They licensed it out or something or whatever. I don't know. It was. Yeah,
it's a Netflix movie.
That makes no sense.
It's a Netflix movie, and they don't have it.
Yeah, one and done for me. Can't imagine watching it again. Anyway, IRONCASTER. I was T-shirt a little bit. Get some more positive stuff in my life. I love my Mac Monday. Give me more IRONCASTER. The IC verse. It's our little group chats come up with the IC verse. All things IRONCASTER. It's also Shark Week, by the way.
Is it?
I'm disappointed I don't have a Shark Marathon movie review thing going on with the IRONCASTER.
Well, among other things, it's also my birthday this week. Friday, in fact. So with that said, I've got a few days off this week, and maybe I'll do a little more streaming during the week. I got all kinds of stuff to paint. I just printed out and painted up a Stargate the other day. So we'll do something. But yeah, no. Monday nights for my channel, Mech Pit Chat, where we talk about big robots and kind of whatever comes along, like the crazy stuff going on with all the VTubers right now. All the people that have been using charity as a front to like basically scam money. Like $500,000 didn't go to charity that was pledged.
Probably went to the CEO.
Well, that's wild.
It's a crazy story.
Wow, I fell out of the loop now. Oh goodness, that's crazy.
And now that entire company has basically lost all its talent. Like they are a dead company now.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit of a downer, I know, but this is kind of the big story.
Since we're bringing things down tonight, we just keep piling on, IRONCASTER. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Okay, Loki, bring me back up again. YouTube talk in the morning.
YouTube talk tomorrow. It's going to be different because I'm going to be sitting over there with the green screen, and we are going to go into making your own video. So there'll be some obviously copyrighted music that I will probably get in trouble for. Some copyrighted video I will probably get in trouble for, and we're just gonna sit down and with the program that I use and make a cool little video. It's something I haven't done in a long time. I was going through old video and stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, I made this like 5 years ago. Oh, this one's from 2017." There's all kinds of crazy stuff that nobody's ever even seen because that's all I used to do was make cool music videos. I did a Optimus Prime one with oh, what's that band that did I Stand Alone? Um, anyway, I did this Optimus Prime one where I was fighting. It was in the Scorpion King movie, whatever it is, Godsmack or whatever the hell band it was.
We should watch.
There's all kinds of old stuff that I did way back in the day that I really enjoyed and I had a lot of fun doing. So this is what got me into YouTubing and being a YouTuber. And I took all that shit down because they copyrighted everything and absolutely threw a fit about it. But we're gonna make something cool tomorrow, and I'll probably use some Black Sabbath or some Ozzy as the music because holy shit, we just lost Ozzy Osbourne. So it should be fun.
I think
It'll be fun. Be good.
I think today was the first time we've had a Godsmack. It's just so we're completely clear for those of you at home. Yes, very good. Yeah. Squeaky, what about you? Got anything planned the rest of the week?
I'm going to watch Some Like It Hot. That's
oh shit!
For the
Yes.
first time.
Yes.
I'm excited. I need
Marilyn.
a palate cleanser.
Marilyn.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't know anything about it other than Marilyn Monroe's in it. I didn't tell her anything else.
I haven't even Googled it or nothing yet.
Don't just watch it. Don't Google. Don't look. Don't. You're
Don't
gonna see the
look,
cover
don't
of
look.
it.
Just go completely blind into
Yeah.
it. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. I promise.
So I'm excited about that.
Ironcastor, have you ever seen Something Like It Hot?
I have not. It's
Father owns Shell Oil.
I just at least want to look at the poster for myself.
Maybe Ironcaster, it's free on his birthday. He could join us for an Something Like It Hot conversation. So we'll see.
I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing Friday at noon Eastern Time, Ironcaster? You can talk some Something Like It Hot. Never know.
We'll see what
You
we
never
got
know.
going on today.
I'll trade
There-
you this opal for some of your time.
It's got to be the
Worth
ring.
$1.12 million. Oh,
Oh
man.
shit! I'm gonna
Yeah.
cover Marilyn Monroe and her bosom companions.
Do not
Don't
look
spoil
anything up, Ironcaster. Don't
Shush.
do anything.
Just watch the movie.
I
Don't
just
you-
the poster. That's the most basic of advertisement what a movie should have. Let's see the poster.
Don't look anything up. Don't look anything up. I'm telling you. You'll thank me by not. The less you know, the better. I'm just telling you. Next week we have a great guest. Louise will be on with us. She's our first time she's ever been on with us. She's going to join us for some Ghibli talk. Right, we're having her on for Nautica. Right, I think Nautica's next week. Doing that before we head into some more fun shenanigans in August. It'll be a good time. So, yeah. Yes, I know. Her bosom companions. Good job, Snorty. Pick it up. I get what you got. Lots of some birthday love for you, Ironcaster. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. I know we're a little ahead of schedule. Anybody want to bring up anything real quick? Deafening silence. YouTube radio gold right there.
I can't think
Like
of
10 minutes.
anything.
I know I'm tired.
I'm excited to learn how to make movies. Gonna start my streaming career right now.
I think there might be a
By the way,
feature
her first
airing now.
her first watch reaction to Naked Gun I posted today. So if you haven't seen and listened to some giggles to that, because dear Lord, it was amazing.
Oh, I need to go back and rewatch it after this movie. I need to- Oh my goodness. I loved Naked Gun. I don't know if I liked Naked Gun better or Airplane better though. It's hard to sell. I think I like Naked Gun better.
I watched Airplane again just because of you watching Naked Gun. Maybe watch Airplane again. I couldn't help it. I had to watch it. Just love it. Just love it. So yes, Some Like It Hot will be coming up here soon. We'll be doing that together and squeeze that in. Nautica next week for some more. Actually, look, have you seen Nobody?
Yes,
Bob
I've seen
Odenkirk
Nobody.
movie?
Yep. Yes.
Sequel comes out. We'll get the little watch here for Talk Hard. So yeah, Snurdy knows where the action's at.
So do I have to watch the first one first?
Yes.
She laughed so hard. I couldn't believe it. That was actually her thing, laugh hard. So we're hanging out with hard. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, watch the first one first.
We're going to watch the first one 2 weeks. Nobody. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, folks. I guess we'll head on out of here. I got to go eat and help the missus and get ready for some more shenanigans. Get some rest in before I get to watch more Loki origin type stuff in the morning. I'm very excited. Enjoy her. It's like having our personal conversations get made public a little, because we talk about all this stuff pretty regularly, like how the stuff's made in the kitchen, so to speak, and how we survive the mental taxation it takes on you to be a creator sometimes and all that. And here we are. It's good. So
It should be
How
on.
y'all
listen,
do
you
it.
guys.
I love doing this, doing that shit. So
Yeah,
should be fun.
it's
It's
will be
always fun.
It's always fun. Yeah. But yeah, folks, you guys in chat, you're amazing. Thank you for everything you guys are out there doing and all your support, all your love, all your kindness and generosity. Just thank you all for that. And thank you, Zach. I just saw that 33 months, Zach. Whew, goodness, that's great. That's crazy. But thank you, Zach. Love you, brother. And everybody out there, just thank you so much for hanging out with us every week. Talking hard. Till next time, be blessed. Take care.
Bob Ross, you'll never see me tripping. Got the vision, I don't even need assistance. Bob Ross.